Hey everyone, Carrie Millspaw here. Short and sweet deep dive into what I do, and more importantly, in how it can affect your life and business. I've received so many emails lately, and I know once word gets out, it's kind of like good news. Once it gets out, it just keeps going. In fact, let me pop my video on here quick so I can introduce myself. Hi guys. First and foremost, yes, I'm a public figure as well. I'm a public speaker, a published author, online marketing business coach. I really just work on marketing. That's my expertise and happy space. I do cover all areas of business, but many of you come to me and have written me personally about my speaking agency and how you can get involved. And I thought this would be a simple, down and dirty, quick video to get you super clear on what it is that we do here at Abundant Living by KLM. Okay, so real quick, I won't take more than 15-20 minutes of your time, if that. Depends on how fast I decide to talk today. And then we can go into exactly how that would work. What category can you come in and work with us? Are you ready for option 1, 2, 3, whatever that looks like, okay? So let's take a dive in real quick, okay? First and foremost, let me just kind of minimize myself here. There are 4 types of speaking styles, and I'm going to kind of cover those so that you know what we're going to talk about quickly. First and foremost, there's the free speaking gigs, okay? All of you have done that. If you've just gotten into public speaking, most likely you've played in this arena. Even I have, and it's a great place. You know, type 1 is great. It gives you practice. It gets you a feel for the audience. You understand if this is really for you or not for you. Again, did I mention practice? Yes. Master your masterpiece all day, every day. I'm all about mastering and mastery, as you can see from my own branding. I recently did a Master Your Marketing series, and I have a Facebook group called Laptop Lifestyle Mastery, all about getting into that expertise. So obviously free is great if it's local. If it's something local for me and it's a benefit and I feel a need to give back, I do that occasionally. If you want me to get on a plane and go speak for free, probably not ever going to happen. But I encourage all of you to take those types of speaking engagements for practice, for exposure, for video, for photos, all of that yummy stuff that you need. Then there's type 2, which is speak to sell. You speak on the stage. Again, you're speaking for free technically with an offer at the end, and you hope to make sales on the back end, which most of you do when you speak to sell. The only downside with that type of option is usually you're sharing the stage with maybe 10 other speakers or so, and the audience feels pretty pitched out and sick of giving their credit card information out by the end of the day event, 3-day event, whatever that looks like. Speaking to sell, your audience starts to get that image and is conditioned that they are there to be sold to, which feels a little icky. If you have great content to share, that's fabulous. If they're going to walk away with value, that's great. If they can work with you later, even better. That is also a format of speaking to sell. Then there's pay to speak, and it sounds weird. Like, what? I have to pay to be on stage? Oh, hell no. Well, in all honesty, that is an option, and it really is a great option if you want to look into that type of industry. Paying to speak means you're going to share the stage with other well-known speakers. Maybe it's going to benefit your portfolio of speaking. Maybe you're sharing the stage with someone like Tony Robbins or Richard Branson, Les Brown, Darren Hardy, some great names that I've worked with myself. Those are great, you know, great exposure to say I've shared the stage with someone like Darren Hardy, who is, you know, the publisher of Success Magazine, fabulous published author as well, and a great speaker. So that, of course, has its benefit. You could throw that into your kind of name-dropping portfolio of your speaking, but also, there may be an opportunity to make a ton of money on the back end, okay? Maybe you're selling products, sales, services that are going to quadruple or 10x whatever you paid to speak on that stage, then it's well worth it, okay? You're gonna make $600,000 in a weekend. That's fabulous, right? I'd pay 60 grand to make 600K all day, every day. So that's option 3 or type 3. Now, type 4 is a paid keynote speaker where you are not responsible to fill the audience. You are not responsible to do anything but to deliver an excellent educational, motivational, inspirational type of talk ranging between 45 and 90 minutes as a paid professional keynote speaker. And that's the type of speaking style I'm going to cover today, is option 4, that type 4. I only work with people that want to play in this professional marketplace. It's where I come from. It's my background, okay? So if all those type of speaking, and it can be confusing. So I wanted to make it super crystal clear for you guys to kind of give you 4 little categories to play in when you're choosing this type of industry, or you're exploding it or choosing to get back into it. A lot of you guys have come to me that are getting back into public speaking, which is beautiful. But ironically, no, I want to make sure we're really crystal clear on where Carrie plays. Carrie plays only in professional paid keynote speaking for corporate events, large events, organizations, associations, universities, that sort of thing. So moving right along, why do I do what I do? Okay, as a public speaker, why would I want to have a speaking agency? Well, selfishly, it's nice to sell a service and not have to do the service for once. When you're in the industry that I am in, we're so used, and you can relate to this, I know you can. You get so used to selling the service, doing the service, selling the service, doing the service, and it can be a seesaw effect and can be very exhausting at times. So I like the fact that I get to sell someone but not have to get on the plane, okay, if that makes sense. I collect a percentage from my speakers, and naturally, like any other agent, that's relatively, pretty average. And they get to shed their light on the world. They get to create that ripple effect. They get to move forward and change lives, and I get to connect them. I came from a global business coaching company called Action Coach. I was Brad Sugar's publicist for about 5 years. In fact, the first year that I worked with Brad, it was from 2009 to 2010. I helped him run his 52-city tour here in the United States. Now, running 52 events is insane. I did travel with him, thank goodness. I managed everything from our Las Vegas office. But it was beautiful. I got to really get to see how events are cultivated, the different cultures in different areas of the country, what it took to fill the events. We filled them between 200 to 500 to as high as 850. Some of these free events that we did in seminars and so on. But I was also his publicist, so I also sold his events and speaking for around $25K and up. That's his speaking fee. I also worked with, in the marketing department. We had conferences. We had beautiful things where we brought in people like Les Brown, Darren Hardy, Stedman Graham, people of that nature that, it just seemed second nature for me to work with those names. They were at our conferences. My job was to get in with their publicists, and get to know Darren Hardy's publicist and get him on stage. You kind of take it for granted when you work with names like, Jeffrey Gitomer and T. Harv Eker and things like that. It just was common. That was my everyday back in 2009, 2010. So since then, of course, I've seen this giant gulf. Call it a chasm. Call it a canyon. I'm close to the Grand Canyon here, where, and I'm going to turn my video on again because I like to connect with you guys, where I see you here, you want to speak, and then you see these corporate events. And if you're an entrepreneur like me and you've never worked in the corporate world, it can be very intimidating to connect and talk to these corporate events. And I'm talking about corporate events like Aflac, Home Depot, Wells Fargo, all the insurance companies, all the real estate associations. Those people have yearly and sometimes multiple times a year events, annual events, where they're bringing in their teams, and they need speakers like you to share the stage with, to send dynamic information to inspire, lead, motivate, educate, and move their team, their corporate team, for the next year or the next quarter, whatever that looks like. There's so much opportunity out there. There's thousands and thousands of events every year just here in the United States that those poor event planners, they need people to fill their stage. That's their job every year, is to fill with good quality content. And it can range anywhere from 5 to 50,000, 5K to 50K, okay? There's all kinds of a ballpark playing figure there. And what you don't know is these beautiful events, they have a marketing budget. They can pay you these fees easily, okay? It's within their budget. Now, keep in mind, they do plan these out a good year or so in advance, if not longer, because they need to fill that stage. They need to drive traffic, build ticket sales, and so on. There's a lot of complicated stuff behind the scenes. I've played in that arena. I get how the corporate world works. Corporate events are not untouchable. They're not out of your reach. If you're an entrepreneur that's been speaking for free or speaking to sell only, this can apply to you. It's just a different arena. You need someone like myself that knows the arena and can move you into it safely, okay? So I see this giant gap where there's corporate events looking for great speakers, and I see all these fabulous gems that are speakers or aspiring speakers, but there's no bridge. So I chose to make a bridge. I chose to create the bridge between these amazing speakers and these amazing events that need quality people on their stage. Quality, not someone that just came out and decided to wake up and do this yesterday, but true quality, experienced speakers, okay? That's why we have a speaking agency, and we're very selective of who we take, okay? So this is why I do what I do. I love being the bridge. I get to mirror my entrepreneur side with my past corporate life and get to bring them together and create happy abundance. Happy abundance for everyone, because that's what life's all about, really, truly. That's why my company's named Abundant Living. So that's why I do what I do. Now, I'm going to minimize a little bit here, get my face out of here. I love to speak. I love it, love it, love it. But I can't be on a plane 100 events out of the year. And I have friends that do speak 50 to 100 times a year. And that's beautiful. If you can do that, more power to you. I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's how I like to see myself. I'm a single mom of a 13-year-old daughter. I prefer to have a very balanced lifestyle. I do not want to be jetting off every 5 minutes. That doesn't sound like fun to me. If that sounds sizzling and sexy and fun to you, more power to you. Perfect. You're probably my ideal client. The key thing is I like more balance. I prefer to take maybe 1 a quarter. Seriously, not kidding. 1 to 2 a quarter max. But I like to have balance. I created my laptop lifestyle for a reason. I want to be able to be flexible to travel for fun, not always be living in hotel rooms for speaking. Now, I may change my mind in the near future when my daughter gets older, but for now, that's my lifestyle. So that's kind of why I've chosen to do speaking events locally, not too far away, not out of the country. I don't do them as often as I should, but I get to at least book my clients with paid speaking events. And I like to take my daughter when necessary, okay? I like to take her whenever possible to any local speaking events and have her see what we do behind the scenes. So if public speaking is freaking you out right now, just the thought of it scares you a little bit, that's okay. You know, maybe this isn't for you. My public speakers are super confident. They don't let their message get hidden behind fear. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. If you're afraid to speak on stage, then your message isn't big enough. Because if your message is big enough and your purpose is high enough, you won't give 2 craps about speaking on stage. Fear disappears when your message is burning a hole in your heart. It truly, truly does. I can speak from experience. When you know you can change lives, you won't even care what shoes you're wearing on stage. You're just going to get in the trenches and help people. You're going to just share from your heart and soul. And a real published public figure, real true paid professional keynote knows how to connect their heart to the hearts of their audience. And that's when you know you've made it as a speaker. When you can stir their soul with your message, you've done it. You've mastered it. You're worthy of that speaking fee and more. Because it truly is about that higher calling to be seen as leader. It's not about fear at all. If you can't overcome the fear, then your calling's not big enough and you need to get out of your own way. And I'm going to say that as true as it is. If you've ever taken the DISC profile, I'm a D, a high D. I'm direct. I'm in your face. I'm to the point. That's just who I am. Okay, I like to get things done. So seriously, just truth here. This isn't fluffy stuff. If you are not going to get out of your own way, then you're probably not my ideal client. And that's okay. You know, someone else more fluffy can work with you. But if you want true results and you want to get high paid speaking gigs and you want to be seen all over the world, then I'm your person. Okay, I will take you to that level. I love what Brian Tracy says here in this quote here. When you speak about something you passionately care about, you will be more comfortable and feel more confident in your element, which goes back to alignment. When you are in aligned with your purpose and calling, you feel like, I was born to do this. There's something about just kind of that excitement of, why would I ever wait to do anything else? You know, it's like, seriously, why would you even wait? I'm a pastor's kid, and I talk about this all the time. My dad isn't active in a church right now, but he is in the jail ministry, and he's been in there for over 22 years, working in the jail ministry back in Michigan, where I'm from. Now, ironically, watching my dad as a speaker, in my mind, he's a speaker. You know, speaking, preaching, whatever, it's all the same stuff. You're stirring the audience, you're giving them hope, you're inspiring them. Shoot, you're making them cry, laugh, whatever it takes. You're hoping to win them over to a different space of mind, a different spirituality, a different way of thinking, believing. Okay, let's not leave that out. As a little girl, seeing Daddy on stage was just, or behind the pulpit or wherever, he landed at the time, was inspiring to me. There was like a fire that lit up inside of me. I want to change lives too, Dad. I want to do the same thing. I'm just meant for this. And you may have that same passion in your heart too, where I literally you get so passionate about it that you start to cry because you're not doing it more often. That's when you know you've been called to do this. When you're literally like, oh, I'm sorry. You almost feel like saying, God, I'm sorry I haven't been doing this more. I'm so sorry. And when you do it, you're like, oh, thank you. This is what I was called to do. I get it, God. I get it. I'll do it more. I'll do it more. And that's where I'm at too. Okay. So come play with me. Come play with me. It's not about just me looking for speaking engagement for me. I want to help you get there too. I want to get you as polished as possible. So you're one of those name droppers that we drop all the time, years from now. How cool would that be? You would be that Les Brown or that Darren Hardy that people talk about often. You don't have to be a shark from Shark Tank to be paid high figures either. So just hope I'm inspiring you a little bit. So what's stopping you? Okay, let's talk about that a little bit, and I'll be right to the end result here very soon because, again, I'm high D. I like to be quick and fast. Let's share my screen here for a minute and back it up. And no, everything doesn't work out perfectly. Let me do a share here of how I work with people, okay? And I want to give you as much inspiration as I possibly can, okay? I really don't want you to feel stuck, stopped, all excuses. We don't do excuses here in Carrieland, okay? I was gonna say Las Vegas, but no. In Carrie's world, we don't do excuses. We find solutions. We're open to solutions. We seek solutions. We ask the universe, what else is possible? How can I do this? What solutions can we look for? What else is possible that we haven't even discovered yet? That's how I believe. Now, we have two options when you work with my agency. Now, obviously, if you're a well-seasoned speaker, and when I say seasoned, I mean you've spoken on big stages all over the world or maybe all over your country at least 50 times, anywhere from 25 to 50 times. More than that is even better. Obviously, as a speaking agency, no different than a speaking bureau, we want experienced speakers. We want people that are easy to sell. We don't want to convince our clients to hire you. We don't want to get to where we're pitching you so much that it's exhausting. Not to mention, the more seasoned you are, the higher fee we can go after, which is more beneficial business-wise for us. I just had to put that out there. Let's be real and honest. It's all about business at the end of the day, okay? The numbers have to make sense, otherwise I'm just opening up a non-for-profit or a volunteer type of company. We need to still hit our numbers to pay our staff and so on. So obviously we want you. If this is you, if you're a well-known brand, you've given 50 or more talks, you have an experienced promotional reel, updated content, marketing, you've got multiple signature keynote speaking type talks. You've got your own marketing, you've got your landing page, speakers media kit, you're ready to go. Like I could literally start pimping you out tomorrow. And yes, I say the word pimp because that's exactly what it feels like sometimes. I'm pimping out my speakers, and that's how it is, guys. Now, if that's you, we can get you on board now. We can get you on our website. We can start sending out to our email database and promoting you tomorrow if you've got this ready to go. The more crystal clear you are in your talk, the more we are on who needs to see you. Where can we go to expose your brand and talk to? Who is your ideal client? Who's your ideal audience? The more you know, the better and faster we can get results, okay? So that's option one, kind of a no-brainer. Speakers bureaus will not take you unless you're a big name, big brand. Same goes with our agency. We want you to be an easy sell, because we've got lots of speakers that apply every day. I've got probably 50 applications on my desk now of people that want to be in the agency, but possibly may or may not be qualified, okay? Which is why we have an option two, okay? This is on my website, by the way, under publicity. You can look under publicity for professional speakers, or publicity for public speakers is what the brand is, okay? Under carriemillspaw.com. Take a peek at that if you need to look at this further. Now, if you want to become a professional speaker because you've done enough, you've kind of scratched the surface, but you need some help. Again, I get to be the bridge, okay? That's what I get to do, guys. I'm the bridge. You need to master your signature talk. Okay, that's step one. What we do with you is I become your guide from the side. I'm your consult, okay? Now we're consulting you on what your talk needs to be, what it needs to look like, how to market, and so on. Now, I want to be really crystal clear. Let's pause here for 5 seconds and know in your heart that I'm going to find what aligns you to what your true message is and how to market it so that it's saleable to the corporate arenas. Okay? I'm not asking you to be something you're not. I'm not trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. That's just not who I am. Doesn't match my brand, doesn't match my authenticity. I like to hone in on what you can't stop talking about, what that true message is, what makes you unique, what adds flair. You want to stand out in the business speaking world. You need to stand out in order to get hired. If you look like you're vanilla, nothing wrong with vanilla, if you're plain and boring and nothing about you stands out, then it's going to get shuffled to the wayside. What makes you different? What makes you have a more sexy sizzle type brand? I want to give that to you. Let me help you. Let me find that sweet spot to your marketing, to your signature talk, okay? And we go into those categories of where you want to play, and then again, it aligns to who you are, and we match it up to the right speaking opportunities, okay? So I'm also going to teach you how we close paid speaking events, how to get in through the back door versus the front door. Now, the front door is submitting proposals all day long to the point where your eyeballs are bloodshot and you're, want to go curl up in the corner and suck your thumb. That's going in the front door, which is submitting your application over and over and over again through a website. That gets old, and you feel like you're just another person submitting a resume out there for a job that everybody wants. It doesn't feel good. I want to teach you how to make relationships that last, how to get in through the back door, how to connect with a meeting planner, how to build a relationship so they remember you for the next year, the next year, the next year, and you keep getting referrals. I am your springboard. I am the person that's literally going to launch your speaking career so that you start to go viral. You start to get asked back next year and the year after, and you start to get word of mouth out there to the point where people are filling out applications to work with you, to hire you on your website all day. It takes time to get there. It's going to take could take a couple years or longer, but I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. It can happen overnight too. I never want to put any limits on any possibilities. I have a video editor that will help you create your sizzle reel, help you get your press kit. I have designers that work with me on copy and what looks best and layout. We get you top-notch ready to go from your website to your social media platforms. We will make you look like that superb public speaker, because in all honesty, when I pimp out a speaker, that corporate event is going to come back and look at your LinkedIn account, your Facebook, your website, everything. They want to make sure your marketing is consistent and that your message is consistent and that you didn't just decide to become a speaker yesterday, okay? So I teach you all of these tricks. I teach you what they're looking for. I tell you, show you, help you, assist you, guide you, okay? So this guidance that I give you is worth thousands, if not millions, if you take your speaking career to that next level and you are a speaker that's making around $5,000 to $15,000 per event. And that's where we want to get you to, okay? That's kind of step one, is that $5,000 to $15,000 range. I, of course, want to connect you with thousands of speaking opportunities and get you to where you need to go. Obviously, this program's a retainer for consulting. We work together for 90 days, guys. Down and dirty, quick and fast, get you launched in less than 90 days, okay? My goal is no later than 90 days. 3 months. You're out there. You're pimped out for 2018 or whatever year you're listening to this in for the recording, but you're ready to go for next year. If you want more speaking gigs, you need to work with me privately to get you there. You don't know what you don't know. You've not played in the marketing world. Perhaps you have played in the corporate arena, in the marketing. You know what's going on in the behind the scenes. I know how to talk to those people. I've been in their shoes. I also have been in your shoes of what it feels like to try to sell yourself. It feels yucky, doesn't it? It kind of gets old after a while. I'm the best speaker ever. Please hire me. It looks so much better when you have someone else representing you. Instead of you pitching you, now you've got a solid public figure. I'm not someone that just popped up overnight. I've been in this industry since 2005. So in all honesty, if this is you, say, hey, Carrie, yes, I want to be a public speaker. You literally click on this link. I'm going to have this link attached to this video all over the place. If you can't find it, something's wrong. I'm going to have a link to this page, link to this, yes, I want to be a public speaker, and so on, okay? And this shows a little bit about my background on what I've done in the past as well, and getting speakers on stages. So yummy, so yummy. So those are the two options real quick. Option one, you're already ready to go. You've got your stuff together. You've got your marketing ready, up to date. I don't need to touch it at all. Literally, I don't want to touch your stuff, guys. Then you're option one. If you're close to option one, you just need a little help. We do have done for you marketing that can be done. If you need a press kit made or a sizzle reel made quick, we do have those options. If you're almost option one and you just need a little help, we've got that option, okay? Our team has a done for you marketing process where they can do all that for you. But option two, if you're just starting to scratch the surface, please take my hand. Let me guide you. Don't try to figure this out on your own. You can read every blog and read every article out there. It's a unique way of doing business in this industry. It's a unique way to doing it. Don't just keep trying to do it on your own, okay? So in all honesty, I just really want to get as crystal clear as possible for you guys. I really want you to get clear on what is stopping you, because in all honesty, if this is something you want bad enough, nothing can stop you. Not kidding. Nothing can stop you. So take action now. Get on my calendar. Fill out the applications. And again, I have to say, we get a lot of option ones come through. Lots of people want a speaking agency. It's a dream, okay? I want a speaker agent too, so I'm hiring a team to do all of that for me. Who wouldn't want that? Someone else is promoting you. It's like having your own publicist. But, there's a percentage, obviously, there that you give up when you get hired, but it's so much fun, so much easier. But in all honesty, we only take those that are easy to sell. They've got to have their marketing in top shape. They've got to have a highlight reel. They've got to have everything nailed for us to take them on board. And it has to align with us. You have to be that diva, not diva, I shouldn't say that because we're not looking for divas. I should say you've got to be that goddess or god, that man or woman that really has a message that burns a hole inside your heart that you just want to give today. If you're all ego, you're probably not a good fit for my speaking agency. We're looking for aligned people. We're looking for people that are looking for that next step to really truly step into their purpose and their calling and get in that divine alignment. That's where the sweet spot is of business. And if you're not there, things don't usually work really well. So we want to get you there. So that's what we're looking for. And if you need the guidance, take advantage of the proposal package of consulting and getting you ready for our speaking agency, or teaching you how to get on your own stages, and get paid what you're worth, get paid the big bucks. It's so much fun. I see it all day long. This reality is mine. It's not a pipe dream. It's not fiction. There truly is this all day, every day. And never think that your message can't get put out there, because it can. I've got people from psychic mediums all the way to women empowerment coaches and, hypnosis talks, the power of your mind. I've got people like that. I've got, you just look at my speaking page. I've got some amazing dynamic speakers that we've taken on board already, and we're still adding quite a few more into our speaker profile. If this sounds like it's something for you, please take action now, okay? 2018 is right around the corner, literally. And we want to get you on stage, right? If that's your goal for next year, is to get seen more, be known and be seen, then we need to work together, okay? Just saying. So hope this was helpful for you guys. Please connect with me. Hit reply to this. There's so many ways to connect with me. It's not even funny. If you can't find me on Facebook, something's wrong, because I live there, literally. Reply to this email if you're getting an email. If it's on YouTube, click reply on that and go to the links below. Get on this page. Get on the page that I just showed you. Choose which one works for you, option 1 or 2, option 1 or 2. I will connect with you. We'll have a conversation. We'll work you out, okay? We'll figure out what works for you and get you to the next level. All right, guys, I want to see you on stage for 2018. Big hugs, big love. Bye, guys.